There it is. Return to Jurassic Park. This is what I've been waiting for.
This is so cool. It gets so much better, Mr. Cabot. Believe me.
I didn't believe you the first time, John.
Ah, this is the abuse I'm paying for.
We all have our doubts, John.
But we want to believe. We just need assurances.
What's it like, seeing a dinosaur for the first time?
Oh, it's like, it's like the early days of a new romance. It's fascinating and exhilarating, until the fangs and the claws come out.
It's definitely a profound moment. It made an impression on me. Let's put it that way.
This is why Jurassic Park must succeed, Dr. Grant. I want the world to have that same profound memory.
You know, I could do without some of the memories of this place.
That's precisely why I asked you all to take this journey again. Had you been part of the process earlier, perhaps our first time around would have been different. A mistake I'm correcting.
We're giving you a chance to prove it, John.
More importantly, we're giving these dinosaurs a chance to live in harmony with the modern world.
However tenuous and unwise that may be.
I'm going to prove it to you all. And Dr. Malcolm, I'm going to prove you wrong.
First time for everything, I suppose.
A little reminiscent of the Topps comic run where, in the first movie they have Grant, Ellie, and Malcolm kind of join Hammond
As
to
you can imagine,
work
everything
closely
is a wee
with
bit of a
them.
muddle on Isla Nublar, so we'll have our work cut out for us.
Yes, a return to the scene of the crime, as it were.
A lot of
What
galleys
crime
getting
would that
smoked.
be?
Hubris, John. Something that'll hopefully be managed a little more thoroughly this time.
I admit that I may have been too enthusiastic, and that it may have led to blind spots. That's why I've brought young Cabot Finch along with us.
So, what kind of science are you studying, Cabot?
Business.
Business? Oh,
Grown.
great. The last thing we need more of.
The Hammond impersonation needs a little bit of work, maybe. Construct a
After
helipad.
reviewing everything with
Ranger
Mr. Hammond,
outpost.
we'll need to
Yes.
start by placing an arrival point. Then we can restore the core facilities and get a
thinking,
ranger outpost up and running.
We?
Well, you, actually, Dr. Grant, and Dr. Sattler, and Dr. Malcolm.
Much to do, but it sounds easy enough.
You really are new to this, aren't you, Finch?
I should probably just commit to put this down somewhere and stop mucking about looking for the perfect spot. We'll put it right here. Right in the middle of everything. Probably not exactly optimal. Arrival helipad. This is a bit bigger than I remember. Gonna cram it right next to the power, which certainly an aesthetic choice. Am I gonna get it right next to the power? Okay, it's just that the hitbox is a little mismatched, perhaps. So, this is all kind of on the same level. So that's good. Something to keep in mind. Maybe slight mismatch here. Presumably we'll need to get the power back on. Oh, is that
You nervous
sign
to be back, Dr. Grant?
You know,
on a
last
different
time I was
level?
here, I left in kind of a hurry.
Yeah.
And I want to make absolutely sure what happened isn't repeated
Okay.
ever again, so I've returned. Reluctantly. On the positive side of the ledger, it's a chance to
Gross.
work with living dinosaurs. Does that paint a clearer picture?
That's
for you?
fine.
Completely, Dr. Grant. And Mr. Hammond seems pretty confident we can get everything working as designed and intended.
Confidence is not something John Hammond lacks. Competence, however,
Is something I pride myself in, Dr. Grant. We'll need to repair the geothermal power station to start.
Okay, once that is done, we can
Oh,
focus
the carcass
on
is already
visitor
decayed.
center. Repaired and powered, it should give us a solid base of operations.
I think we get this so that we manually just drive and repair the fence perimeter. We can let this happen automatically. Gallimimus, run! Run for it! You can escape! I opened the gate! He didn't do it.
You know, I was reluctant to come back here for obvious reasons, but then I realized that I was even more reluctant to stay away
Okay,
because
research
nature
module
would take its course
in
as
the
it always
bunker.
does.
I felt the same. Still, there's no denying this is the single most important place on Earth right now. Perhaps ever.
Perhaps, but what of Dr. Grant?
He and I are a team. Through thick and thin, you know?
Yes. Still, chaos, Dr. Sattler. Chaos has me contemplating whether we can
Honestly, threat.
actually make things better or just delay
Because the park is probably open,
It
huh?
all comes down to
Oh no, it's not
responsibility.
open.
The last time we were here, we were Hammond's guests. This time, we're more like partners. Now we have the knowledge and the means to make a change.
I mean, these galleys are just gonna
Ambitious,
get
Dr.
boned.
Sattler. That's ambitious, but you know, I do like the sentiment.
Good. I'll need a research module added to the visitor center. Then we can get a look at the different fencing available.
Let's add an emergency bunker to that list as well. I mean, you know, we've both experienced how effective fences have been in the past.
Poor galleys. These ones are kind of secured now in a sense. Oh yeah, Mr. TNA. Where did you come from? Ah. Emergency bunker. Does this not snap to the path in this game? I guess not. Alright, I'm gonna just take the initiative to repair the fences.
Mr. Hammond is very concerned. We're getting reports of staff injuries.
Velociraptors. Okay, we have to get them enclosed in the raptor pen.
Aren't you an expert on raptors, Dr. Grant?
I think that it'd be fair to say that Raptors and Dr. Grant have history.
Devoting your life to the study of an animal means accepting the harsh truth that it would try to kill you if you ever came face to face.
Do we...
You did come face to face
Yeah.
with it.
Which was impossible before Jurassic Park. So that had to count for something.
It did. It counted for a lot of sleepless nights.
Yep. Do we not have ACUs at all in this game mode? I couldn't remember. Let's not. Okay, if we get the raptors secured, then we're in a good position to not have to worry about our galleys getting killed further. I think they're kind of here to die, though, initially. I'm going to do some diseases. That way we're at least doing something on research. Okay, maybe get the one you're near.
Request acknowledged. Confirming task.
So from what I remember, the raptors, you get them secured, and then they kind of get forgotten about for quite a while.
Collecting
You just
asset.
chuck them in the little raptor pen. Then they come back at the very end,
Heading to pick up the
from
asset.
what I remember. Bro, can you actually like go? Also, 3 Raptors really makes this very much an alternate timeline in terms of like film events even. I'm serious. Are you why? You got in. You made it in. You don't need to attack the fence. You're inside the fence. You did it.
Confirming task.
So our goal now is get everything under control, right?
Okay, so now we just need the
No,
repair.
no, Finch. The best
The
you can hope for on Isla Nublar is managed.
this shit was
chaos.
always like horribly
Okay.
out of
And
whoa,
that is why you
horribly out of
are
scale,
here,
right?
Dr. Malcolm.
So, not my sparkling personality then?
We just need Jurassic Park manageable, chaos and all. Then we can think about larger plans.
John, Alan and I still really aren't comfortable opening the park to tourists.
That is kind of an understatement.
I understand.
Oh,
your sentiment
did
and
I
your
not-
concerns,
No, I did move
but
that one.
All in due course. And I do seem to remember
Do we only have, like-
seeing the public at your dig site in the Badlands. Charged them, didn't you?
Those donations.
Oh, maybe the galleys need to be moved too because they're inside
For which we are
the
grateful.
raptor
But
area.
it's really no different than what we are doing here at Jurassic Park, Dr.
I think it's
Stack.
this raptor that's
Just
currently
on a
technically
admittedly
messing things up.
much
But
grander scale.
And with more theatrics and buttered popcorn.
We all know your vision, John. But the execution, it really needs work.
That is why you are all here. To
5
make sure this
brockies,
dream,
a lot of
my dream,
trikes,
doesn't die.
weird
There's one other major difference.
low amount of parasaurs because there should be 10.
Montana, Ellie and I were pulling dinosaur fossils out of the ground. And here, it's the dinosaurs that are
10
trying
at
to put us
least.
into the ground.
And isn't that exciting?
Finch, you really need to learn when to stop talking.
Transit has commenced.
You see 10 parasaurs in the film. I don't know what the DPG docs list for the population, but like, who cares? We know the DPG doc doesn't apply here because there's 6 trikes at least. And presumably these are all the default 93s. Yeah. Alright. Control regained. Research speed, ranger team scheduling.
It's still gonna take a while to properly organize and restore the
Sleeping and
scientific
socializing.
Dr. Wu left behind a ton of material.
After Nedry's sabotage.
Okay, reputation
it's a miracle we have anything to
unavailable.
work with.
True. But between the storm, the dinosaurs, and whatever Nedry did to the computers, the records and documentation are a mess.
But you think it can be done?
If we can make dinosaurs, then we should be able to sort paperwork and organize computer files.
Can we make dinosaurs? Or are these just impressive replicas?
Oh, they're alive, Alan. And I want them to be as scientifically accurate as possible. Hammond scientists made their
60
mistake by
power.
substituting amphibian DNA.
And hiring the wrong people.
But now Hammond has the right ones. Us.
I don't know what he sees in that Cabot kid.
People say that to me about you.
Oh, do they? People. People like Dr. Rockstar.
Is that must be a
I could
JP3
use
reference. Did we
pictures
not
of
grab
the
this one?
dinosaurs. I'll get together a list of specific photos that I need.
Never thought I'd be able to take.
Why
photos
is
of
the
dinosaurs
why is this one
before.
not?
That's a first.
Ooh, and Alan, the lens cap. I want actual images.
I'll remember. This time.
Picking up asset.
Why did that one get moved last? That's so weird. That turn radius not doing good.
Asset has been collected.
We got a sleeping.
Nicely
Not
Mr.
really seeing
Hammond is gonna
anybody
love this shot.
socializing. Might have panicked these guys out.
Can't wait to see that. Confirming asset delivery.
Do it. Make the circle. Yeah, we're too far away anyway. Nobody wants to socialize. Goddamn asocial dinosaurs. You should socialize. Alright, let's check the research tree real quick. Because we might as well keep doing shit. Socializing. Alright.
All life has two
That was,
instinctual impulses that no amount
lot.
of tinkering or engineering, biological or otherwise, can ever hope to overcome. One, survival. Two, reproduction. With man,
Alright, breeding
you can add a
countermeasure.
third, domination.
Man? Oh boy. Alright, anyway, you're not wrong, which is even more reason we'll need to research a drug to act as a countermeasure to the dinosaurs' breeding.
Well, they've had a free run of the island for a while, so we've got to assume that they've been mating. It would be a recurrence plot.
Which is what, exactly?
Although the world is in a constant state of chaos, certain events can be predicted because they happen repeatedly, regardless of the initial conditions. And an organism trying to perpetuate its DNA would be one of those. Or maybe it's the tropical island paradise setting. You know, works for newlyweds.
You know, it could also be the food.
Yeah, perhaps, but considering what some of the dinosaurs have consumed, let's hope not.
Test one dinosaur from each species.
I think we've developed a drug that should inhibit breeding. Dr. Malcolm, can you get a team together to administer it?
Well, a ranger team can shoot them with darts, while I watch safely and securely from a distance.
Do these ranger teams ever do ride-alongs?
You know, for you, Finch, I believe they'd make an exception.
So it's 0-5, so we're not through the raptor. What happened to Rexy? I get why they don't give you a T-Rex right away. We don't even have a star rating. Like, they could have contrived, like, oh, you gotta contain the T-Rex and send it to a remote facility for containment until we're ready to bring it back. Something like that. Alternate timeline. Rexy lost to the Raptors. She died. The Raptors killed her. But everybody was still able to escape. Headcanon.
confirmed.
How many dialos did they give us? 4? That's as good a number as any. You only see one, maybe. Some people think the one in the car is the second Dilo. So you could argue there's 2 in the film, but they're different like animatronics, but it's probably supposed to be the same Dilo. But yes, there may be 3 Dilopatics, which would make it really funny if there were only 4 Dilophosaurs and 3 Dilopatics. I don't think that's accurate, though. I don't really buy into the multiple Dilopatics because I prefer... I think it's pointless effort to try to consolidate all the different JP maps into one when that requires you to introduce like multiple paddocks of the same species. A little weird, a little pointless. That's just my take on things. Should we,
Like all living creatures, fresh water is an essential part of keeping the
you
dinosaurs
guys have
healthy.
walked all the way
Make
over
sure they
here.
have it.
These ones are happy. It's only you who is apparently unhappy. So this is like radius based in this game. I couldn't remember exactly how this works. You know what? I remember that being the issue. Because I remember making long narrow pens and having it never work with sauropods. Because it was based on like a radius around them. So if you have a narrow pen, you're just screwing yourself over. A big round one for sauropods worked best. And they got water over here, so they should be fine. Shouldn't have to give them like another lake. It's fun that they left the main lake and went over here, but whatever. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Are you stuck? No, he's going. He's just taking his time. So I think this might be the last of the first batch of Nublar missions, right? Because in the middle we go to Isla Sorna, and it's only after that that we like introduce new animals and like actually open the park or whatever, right? Get him, he's distracted. It's the perfect time. Or that.
It's happening again, Hammond.
No, I won't allow it.
You may not have that choice, John.
Finch, I need to know. Do you have a report?
It looks like the computer systems are under attack. John, we're being hacked.
Dr. Malcolm is correct. The corrupted code has also affected the power grid.
No.
Don't say the gates are open.
I won't, but they are.
Protection needs to be our top priority. For the dinosaurs and the staff.
I'm staff, right?
Let's get the power grid back. That should help with staff safety.
And I am staff, obviously.
I've got
Let's,
programmers hardening the code.
That might be
as we speak.
relevant. Let's do
Finch,
it.
you'll help us get the personnel secured.
Yes, the personnel, the staff, of which I am unquestionably one.
Oh my god, let me turn! There's too many gates in this park. It's not very secure. So is this the raptor paddock side here? I think so, yeah. So there's probably another perimeter gate this way. Alright, so that's... yeah, all the main important gates.
No problem.
Alright then. None of this matters. Nothing got in, nothing got out. I guess this gate here... oh, this is a tour gate. Yeah. Never mind. Interesting. So the tour, as laid out here, this is supposed to probably represent the film, right? So it goes through a gate, goes past the dialos, then hits the main gate? That's not how that worked. Main gate before dialos. Frontier, you done fucked up. Oh, I can't even make the special gate. Huh. Oh, it's part of the tour, right? Specifically? Yeah.
Sabotage resolved.
Counter-espionage
We've identified
upgrade.
some residual flaws in the park operations software. How they got missed the first time around.
You've plugged the holes, though, right?
There's some new counter-espionage software. It just needs final testing.
Keep people out of our business. Mr. Hammond would also like to make sure the dinosaurs are secure and comfortable. Well, that shouldn't be a problem.
Right. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, that's the most common and least true words spoken at Jurassic Park.
Okay, so these guys are still getting pissed over here by the food. Okay. A little bit of extra force there is no... does not ruin the aesthetic of the open plain. Nine seconds. So I think the espionage upgrade doesn't actually do anything, right? It's not even like... it's just a thing you have to do.
Security. Now we can move on to the next great challenge, the dinosaurs. For that, we'll have to journey to the companion island, Isla Sorna.
Alright, off to Site B. I think we stay here for a while. I feel like it's 2 missions on Nublar, 2 missions on Nublar at the end, and then 3 Sorna in the middle or something like that. I think we had 7, right? Maybe.
We call it Site B. Originally a massive holding pen and secondary
B for
research
Binosaur.
facility for our dinosaurs. Spared no expense.
Didn't want to keep all your eggs in one incubator, huh, John?
Aye, that is certainly one way to look at it.
Ah, canonically correct Corythosaurs.
Another way, John?
It's also about the diversity of the environment.
In other words, you weren't sure they'd survive on Isla Nublar.
Darwin's most famous works were centered on species he studied on the Galapagos Islands. Isolated.
It also has the benefit of keeping our work away from prying eyes.
Yeah, and making potential rescue like thousands of miles away.
Always the negative with you, Dr. Malcolm.
Corythosaurus can be seen on a info sheet in the Lost World and does not make sense as a newly cloned species in 1999, like the DPG would have you believe. Those liars. Stego, Galley, Corytho, Packy, Momenchi's over here probably. Yeah. 4 of them? Damn. Alright.
For now, we focus on
Ranger
the job
Outpost Visitor Center.
Cabot.
Yes, sir, Mr. Hammond. So I think we'll need a new base of operations. Ranger Outpost and Visitor Center, maybe? Would make a good headquarters.
Is there a spot in the terrain where this seems ideal? Kind of like this. Oh, I like it like that. Yeah.
Did you two know about this island?
Of course not. We're in the dark as much as you are, Dr. Malcolm.
Who knows? Maybe it's just our inferior brains that can't cope with chaos.
Well, uncertainty, you know, can be a guiding light. Chaos is about the unexpected.
Which part is the cars?
That's
Probably
what
that
we're here for.
extension there.
Well,
Right?
I'm here because of the dinosaurs.
And because of the lovely Dr. Sattler, if I'm not mistaken.
That's really not any business of yours.
Maybe like right there. Nope, won't fit. Like that? That seems bad. How about over here? Yeah, right here against this hillside like this, I think, is probably about as optimal as anything's gonna get. Do I need an arrival point? Presumably. I'm assuming the construct and connect. The connect must be... Oh, connected arrival, helipad, and power station. Yeah, okay. Yep. It's literally right there in front of me. It makes sense, too. Like,
Alan,
it's pretty
we
obvious.
need to test our breeding countermeasure on Isla Sorna's wild dinosaur population.
Okay, Ellie. I've identified a suitable group of dinosaurs. Let's isolate them from the rest to perform tests.
Probably we can just build a pen. Yeah, they're moving. They're trying to escape. Is that connected? I can't fucking tell. It is now, okay. Yeah, obviously that's disgusting, but... Comfort 99%, a tiny bit of extra force is needed. They're good. So we just get the galleys out of there.
Acknowledged.
Easier to move 2 galleys than 6 stegos. I would say. So, if I want to make this pen not disgusting, and try to keep this permanently, that is not going to do it. Dude, I hate the way the fence is working. One, they're so obnoxious. No! No! None of that, Mr. Stegosauruses. You stay in here where you belong. Gallimimus. Gallimimus.
Asset collection request received.
Should I secure those parasaurs while we're there? We could start penning in every group. Oh, yeah, the Pachycephalosaurs, they go, like, fucking bonkers down here. Okay, but they're, like, separated right now. So if I just run a fence through...
Assets in the air. Asset transportation underway.
Bingo.
Asset delivery confirmed.
Think we're good? Everybody else chill?
En route to pick up the asset.
I'm gonna go ahead and secure all the other animals.
Transportation underway.
Sure. Nothing up there.
Asset delivered.
We're administering the breeding countermeasure through the feeders. This is a huge step forward from the previous injection method.
And Mr. Hammond wants to make sure this works.
We'll observe the affected dinosaurs until we can confirm the effectiveness of the treatment. If this works, we won't have to trank the dinosaurs as much. That'll help with their anxiety as well. A prehistoric animal has to be confused when it's being chased by a vehicle. I mean, what point of reference could it possibly have?
What point of reference does a regular animal have for a vehicle?
They're as afraid of us as we are of them. If I were afraid.
Fear is a survival instinct, Cabot. Any animal without it won't be around long.
Then I should be around forever.
Okay, we got a minute. I feel like the hitbox on the hillside is like super goddamn arbitrary. I don't know if that's just me, but or the map border more so than the hillside. I mean, it's probably worse where there's hills. Or like the elevation differences are part of the weirdness, I think. but sometimes you can get like right up against it, and sometimes you can't. It's no good. Alright, all animals contained and happy. That slope there.
Oh, we should observe the dinosaurs and look for
sucks.
behavioral changes. Photographic evidence should do. I'll get together a list.
I just want to make sure we get a gate in here before moving on to other stuff. Okay, well that just fucking sucks. This is horrendous. Yeah, that's fine, I think. Okay, we'll have to redo the gates when the tour comes, but that's fine. I think I can just send you over here probably to... You know what? Go fire a flare. There. Now I can worry about that later. Very interesting map with like the cliffs. They're like looking down at this like interior waterway and like this big bay. Pretty cool, but not very replayable. There's like very limited ways to build on this map. You only really got like one, maybe two areas to build in. And this is clearly the optimal place to build in because you then can have these tours that come out here, snake around. But like there's no other way to build a park here. You only can build like a tour-centric park. This is a problem with the maps, I think, a little bit in the first game. In some cases, they end up being very, very, very niche. There's a big limit to what can be done with them.
Taking back the rear.
Well, there's a new development.
Kind of like Isla Pina has the same
Little photo
issue.
humor? Because you developed the negative? Oh, never mind.
Okay, feed and drink. Currently they're panicking, so why don't we just get over here out of the way a little bit.
Something's not right.
There's an understatement.
What do you mean?
The animals here, they aren't responding like they did on Isla Nublar.
I haven't seen any of the dinosaurs exhibiting symptoms.
The two are not mutually exclusive, Dr. Grant.
I think Dr. Malcolm...
Ian, please.
I think Dr. Malcolm is correct. But we need to be sure. In their current state, the dinosaurs aren't eating or drinking. We need to identify the problem. Step 1, slow them down, hit them with the tranq dart.
Okay. That's fun. I like the mission. I forgot about that. Like the mission that fails. And you get an updated task. That's cool.
Understood.
We can probably upgrade the ranger station here to help out. Oh, apparently we have 2.0s. I'm gonna assume upkeep's worth it to save on money. Don't actually know.
Adding to the list. Task received.
Okay, well, we're at 45 minutes. Let's wrap this one up here. Next time we can see the resolution.